of Montez Sweat as an outside pass rusher, but here he just does a bull move, goes straight down the middle and right.
Stein at the right tackle spot's had trouble all day. Maybe expecting a little help there from his back, but either way, Micah Parsons battling through some of the injury.
Tryon Shoyinka, he's going to fake inside and then spin to the outside. Pretty tough right there on Jake Matthews.
Penalties declined. Fourth down.
So not only did Donald get held, he still got the strip sack.
All starts with Judon going up against Penei Sewell, who's actually been doing really, really well all season long. And the effort of Judon.
They want him for December and January. He's got rare bend, elite speed.
Even his coach says his mind.
All 5 games. Yeah, watch Judon going up against Taylor Decker, goes right around him. And what I love, he uses.
Now you've got a twist and a stunt. So you have Chubb who's going to go flash right before his eyes, and now the linebacker goes right around him. Chubb actually beats him to the inside.
One-on-one pass blocking, so essential. Look at Autry, gets his hands on the offensive guard.
And he said, what number? What guy?
Yeah,
I don't know anything about it. And I was like, of course you don't.
Just coming in on third down, working out good. You see they use Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence on the same side. Lawrence flushes Stafford to his right into the hands of Micah Parsons. You see him, he's dealing with chips, he's dealing with edges.
But watch this, Baron Browning, this is his wheelhouse, defending the run. Get off of that block, shed it, and then the quick.
Coaching is just finding a matchup that you like. Right now they really like Aaron Donald working there on the left side against Tyler Smith. At some point Dallas is going to have to make an adjustment. They're going to have a tight end edge, a back help.
The one thing you're thinking about is Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, get after Derrick Henry. But on the way to Derrick Henry, if they're going to try and play action pass, we're going to end up at the quarterback. So a great start by the Washington Commanders on that first play.
Now you're going to see they're going to run to the left, but it's going to be Logan Hall. I think that comes from that backside, kind of splits everything and gets into the backfield. It looked nice front side.
I'll spare everyone singing the theme song because no one needs to hear that, but what a pass rush by Burns. See how quickly he got to the edge and got lower.
There's a double team down there, and as they come off, he's able to split that double team, force Leonard Fournette to the outside, right into the waiting arms.
Cushenberry works to the left, creating a one-on-one to the right, which is a mismatch with Buckner at his length. He comes here and then works his way all the way underneath to try to test the communication of the offensive line, and it worked out perfectly. Prior, the right tackle on a way they can pressure now. And Ngakoue has a different kind of twitch and a different kind of quickness off the edge, and I think it's really helped Kwity Paye.
In the pocket, sometimes protect that football, just go down to the ground.
Okwanu playing in his first.
97 leads the way. What a battle here against Ryan Kelly, the center, one of the tops in the NFL. You could just see the hand-to-hand.
People about Max Crosby in the Raiders organization, they all talk about his relentless effort, and that's a good example of it.
You're going to see him lined up on the edge here in that stand-up position. Remember, he had started off as an inside linebacker and said, that's just not my thing. I want to try it on the outside.
Yeah, 6'7", 295, just shooting this gap, going actually right over top of the center. Lloyd Cushenberry. You can see that the push from the backside, just a collection. And Ngakoue also is able to get in there with quickness.
And then the support, the immediate support by Antoine Winfield up to clean up that tackle.
That 189 they gave.
Well, Chandler Jones, he just is able to beat the right guard who's starting tonight. Max Crosby and Andrew Wiley, college teammates, and Max Crosby just dominates them on that play.
Been due really for about a week, and Ella Rose, according to Max, she's going to be here when she is good and ready.
Collins of the Cincinnati Bengals, he was one of their money free agents. He basically changed this entire offensive line.
Jerick McKinnon is here, and he's going to help to the outside, but the problem is that Wiley gets beat inside. So then he has a straight shot.
About the Commanders' defense was, can this thing be fixed? Well, it looks like there's been a home improvement lesson.
Get the block on the edge, on the outside, and just shot upfield. Yes, Boyd was there, but no way he was handling JPP. It has to come out and get this thing contained, and he does it perfectly. As soon as Mixon cuts back upfield, here comes the cavalry over there.
Since the year 2020, these Chargers have only had 2 100-yard rushing games. Eckler in October of last season and Eckler today.
For, but I'll tell you, this Dallas defense, we saw them last week against Washington. And they have you on 3rd down, and they can pin their ears back.
By the coaching, and you think about Jack Del Rio being the defensive coordinator, you look at the motion, they're either going to run Derrick Henry.
All kinds of traffic in here with these wide receivers. Look at fight that off, then fight off the edge right there, fly down the line of scrimmage.
Watch Bosa 97. See how he gets upfield? Then Hufanga comes with him. Now he's created a lane and set it up for Ward.
You're going to watch him on the top side. He comes, he's had to beat the back, which is Walker. He just gets rid of him like, get out of my way. And he just...
knocking it free. Carl Lawson and Quentin Williams in there.
Yeah, that's not going to get it done. You're not going to get it done with Parker Hesse blocking Vita Vea.
Blitzing, right? Coming off the edge here. You come over 2 gaps. You go this way. I mean, they got guys all over the place. But that's how you get in the backfield. That's how you...
Mack on the edge. Watch how he comes out and then jumps back and then is able to get to Hunt, who is really tough to tackle in one-on-one. You see that strength of Mack, not a horse collar. Right here, he just whiffs, and look at that penetration. So, Kevin Stefanski, their profile has been to run the quarterback sneak in that situation.
Because they're the one that allowed Deidrin Senat to come all the way around. Watch him do this big loop all the way around that pile of guys and get to Marcus Mariota.
The Bears with Minnesota.
Yeah, just coming off the edge right here and unblocked. Obviously, you're hoping to get, I don't know what exactly.
Boy, such a good play inside. Look at Clowney. I've never.
It gives you a chance to get your edge game going. Here's Hunter, tight end, takes him on a check, and then he's just reading after that, right? Because you're getting double teamed. He's just reading what happens. You get enough inside pressure to force Fields up in the pocket.
You can see he's sitting back and he's reading, right? So you take the center, look, get out of my way. And he just throws him to the side.
Watch 93 get up in there quickly. Right over the center, throw the center by, and whew, gobbled them up. It says 342 right here. 342 pounds. And every single one of those pounds is a problem for that offensive line. Talk about chasing the cheese. Whew. It's the big old rat with the mother load.
And that knocked the Packers out of field goal range.
What a play. You're going to see a little bit of pressure from here and from right inside. They get in there to sandwich the quarterback. But in a game like this, Kevin.
Good job here, just getting off of the rookie. Remember, we talked a lot about Ryman, the left tackle who's been inserted there to start, trying to sustain that block. But Williams, Deshaun Williams, he's on the inside, and Browning's been winning out here. The two of them together, the line slides right, but still you got to block them. Even on the backside, Draymond Jones with the spin move. Pocket just collapses. Again, there's the rookie going against Chubb. Jewell blitzes. He gets in there. Browning has a chance.
They're now 4-1, and pressure immediately from Kayvon Thibodeau on that Giants front four.
Almost got that ball off. They finished that thing. But I mean, how many times would you have counted the Giants out today? The injuries, Saquon going down, DB's going down. I mean, Daniel Jones just standing in there. What a win. A signature win for Dable. They've really taken on his personality.